The hosts on the Patrick Bet-David podcast just completely tear into Kamala Harris and the woke media for gushing over her and throwing her nothing but softball questions. Make sure you like today's video, subscribe to my channel. I post 2 new videos every single day, and let's get into it.
Sunny, I believe, asks Kamala a question about Sunny, Rob. Let's do Sunny first. Sunny asks Kamala a question about how different she is than Biden. This is the answer she gives. Go ahead, Rob.
If anything, would you have done something differently than President Biden during the past 4 years?
There is not a thing that comes to mind in terms of, and I've been a part of most of the decisions that have had impact.
Not anything.
By the way, they are asking her, hoping she gives a better answer.
Yeah.
Watch this one. Go ahead.
Especially independent voters, really want this to be a change election, and that they tend to break for you in terms of thinking about change. You are a member of the President administration. Under a Harris administration, what would the major changes be, and what would stay the same?
Sure. Well, I mean, I'm obviously not Joe Biden.
I know.
And so that would be one change in terms of...
But you're part of his administration, though. Like, this is what I don't get. Like, how can Kamala Harris be running on change? She's an extension of the Biden administration. It was the Biden-Harris administration. So whoever was running the show for Biden is definitely running the show with her, with this little hoe. Like, duh.
Also,
Applause.
Rob.
She got the
28
applause.
days ago, I'm not Donald Trump.
Right.
And so when we think about the significance
This audience is so gay.
of what this
Stop it.
next generation
Stop
of
it right
leadership
there,
looks like, were I to
Stop it. I mean, you cannot. No one asked you that you are not Biden and you're not like Trump. What are you for? What's different about you?
Right.
Can a person be more boring? Let me tell you guys. You know why I like Elizabeth Warren on the other side? She's a fighter. And she, by the way, her and I are...
Oh, you mean Pocahontas? But by the way, he makes a good point. It's like Kamala can never like directly answer a question. We have no idea where she stands besides that she's like super pro killing babies, aka abortion. Anyways, let's get back to it.
opposite on 95% of policies. But there's something unique about Elizabeth Warren. There's something...
Same with Bernie.
Bernie,
Yep.
dude, what is different about AOC? Do you know why I believe AOC is one of those that can have legs long term? Dude, say something, like have some brass. Nothing? No, this is it. Dude, if they hired Apple CMO from the year when they came out with the 1984 campaign, if they went and hired Coca-Cola CMO, McDonald's CMO, if they brought Tony Robbins in, if they put all these 4 people in the same room with her, she still wouldn't be marketable. Did you hear what I just said?
Yeah.
You get Tony, you get the CMO of Coca-Cola, McDonald's, and Apple in the same room, she's boring. Yeah. You cannot make a boring brand marketable. There's never been somebody more boring than this candidate. Oh, my gosh.
But that's what they're doing this week. This week, they're trying to, let's face it, she's not campaigning this week. This is sort of a fundraising comedy tour. You look at all the places she's went. She's going for laughs. She's going for likability. It says, I saw it referred to as the fundraising comedy tour, and I think that's exactly what's going on here. They're raising money this week. They're trying to get people laughing with her. They're trying.
That's why she went on the Call Her Daddy podcast, which is like a sex hoe podcast. And people think Alex Cooper is funny. So yeah, she's just trying to fundraise based off of comedy. Like, the only thing that's funny about Kamala is the fact that she got ahead by giving head. Like, that's funny. Of course, that's how women get ahead. Literally. That's what women are good for, apparently.
Trying to give her something, Pat, that's interesting. So this week is also, Leonard Nimoy, God rest his soul. Remember, all the things in search of? Well, right now she is in search of interesting, because there is no interesting that sticks to her. There is no substance that sticks to her. And right now, this is a tour this week trying to see, well, maybe if we connect with the comedians and the pop culture people, maybe that'll do it. This is a sign of a campaign in disarray, and it's a little bit desperate.
Seriously. And also think about how she's begging Trump for another debate, and that's not because she is going to destroy him again. It's because candidates always want to do another debate when they feel like they need to prove themselves more and get more fundraising. So that's why she's requesting another debate. It's not because she's so confident she can destroy Donald Trump again. She wants money and she wants to try to win over more people. And that's why it's actually politically smart of the Trump campaign to decline, because there's nothing for Trump to gain there. There's nothing. You're giving the enemy more ammo and he doesn't need more money. That hoe does.
You know what the worst combination is, Tom? Boring and then fake. Fake and boring is at least, like you said, have some excitement. Like I would respect her more if they talk about the border and finance. You know what she should say? You know what? I wasn't the president, but you know what? I will change. I will try to do X, Y, and Z. You know what? She's like, she could say, I'm not an economist, but you know what? I would hire Jamie Dimon to do this and do that. Give me something. Push back. Sell yourself.
But she's not thinking that way. She doesn't have any of the thoughts. She is vacuous.
Yes.
She doesn't have any of the thoughts. You could say something without, dissing your boss and say, well, you know what? Hindsight's 2020, and we could have gone back and we really could have made some moves here to bring inflation down sooner. We went to the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. Now we don't have that. Maybe we could have gone with opened up a little bit of the window on drilling and still not get sideways with the greens. And maybe that would have helped the economy there. You could say those two things. I could say those two things, boom, without even thinking for a half a second. Yeah. That would give some sort of answer out there. But there's nothing, because it's not on her mind, because she wasn't in the room.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Exactly.
I'll agree with Vinny, but I'll just add one more thing. You said boring, fake, and then the third word, sadly enough, is electable. Because if you look at the polls, it's still neck and neck.
It's a tight race.
Sadly enough, America could potentially get what it deserves.
Oh my gosh, please don't let it happen, please.
If we actually elect
I hate Adam. Even though he's not even saying anything bad right now, I still hate him. Can't stand the guy.
this person, then she is the commander-in-chief, president of the United States, which is still possible. It's within 3 points right now, the general election. They say elections have consequences. This is going to be the consequence of electing a boring, fake, unqualified candidate.
Then you get the puppet and the machine.
By the way, and those people, and mind you, I'm not one of those Hillary Clinton talking about deplorables, but if you are just voting for Kamala Harris because she's not Donald Trump, I have zero respect for you.
Well, that's literally what's happening.
I know, and I get that,
that's literally what's happening.
Yeah, but because
she
Adam,
just said it.
How many times has he said the case studies are in front of you? She's not going to do anything different. What Elon said about her being this puppet, nobody's trying to assassinate her. Nobody's trying to assassinate Biden. You know why? Because they are the establishment. They're the system. If you're just a regular American, rich, whatever, how are you happy this past 4 years? Please sell me. Because all I hear is from people on the left, my cousins and everybody from Cali. Well, the infrastructure, I go, dude, shut the hell up with the infrastructure. Turn on your TV. Look at everything and look where we are right now. How can you in your right mind just vote for her? And you can't see what's happening?
Because the reality is most people live in echo chambers.
Ugh.
Most people are on one side and they're not willing to change or be reasonable. They cling to their beliefs. And how many people, think about this, what percentage of people actually go from being Republicans to Democrats to Republicans? It's a few thousand, 100,000 people in swing states that change every single election. Most people are fixed and that's it. Ugh. That's why every 4 years you have to basically appease the people that are actually reasonable and go back and forth.
Rob,
it is what it is.
Go to VTNews.8.
I mean, you know what? Adam, for once, has a point. That's pretty much accurate.